Hello and welcome to the Realtor. This is where we travel, move far and wide just to make sure that we bring you what it all entails when it comes to matters real estate. And you know what? As my background can almost preempt what I'm about to bring you today, my name is Robert and I'm here to make sure that we give you the very best when it comes to all what you see here. Now, when you see this, I believe you understand that you have something to do with painting and paints in Kenya. Today, I want to narrow down to a specific production, or a product rather, that entails different shades and paints in this nation. And we shall be looking into matters, different paints, and at the same time, we look into what entails the production of the same. And more so now, what narrows down to your consumption. What do you need to know when it comes to usage of this very crucial product when it comes to beauty and also maintenance of your spaces and buildings. And this is all about paints. And I'm joined by one who is doing this currently here in Kenya. And you know what? Some other good news is this is the only long-serving company when it comes to production of paints in Kenya. I don't want to say much because I'm not an expert, remember, but I've brought you one who has all this know-how and knowledge when it comes to paints in Kenya. This is none other than Madam Senior Manager. Welcome so much to the show, Madam. Kindly say hi and tell us who you are.
Hi, thank you very much, Robert. My name is Patricia. I'm working for Solai Paints Limited.
Right.
Company. We've been in the market for the last 18 years, since 2004.
Right.
And we are manufacturers of paints, both decoratives, automotives, and industrial paints. Yeah.
Right, so you cut across board.
We cut across board.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Maybe just to mention, tell us, to read this ground and the background of this. Since you've said for the last 18 years.
Yes.
So according to Kenyan constitution, you qualify to be called an adult.
We are a limited company.
Yes.
But the company was incorporated in Companies Act as a limited company in 2004.
Right.
That's why I'm saying we are qualifying to be called, we are adults, like you said.
Yeah, you have an ID.
Yeah, and we are too much in decoratives.
Right.
Yeah, we make decorative paints, which comes in emulsion paints and gloss paints. And in emulsion paints, we have the fast quality. And we have three what? There are interiors and exterior paints, which comes in interior in silk vinyl emulsion, right, which is an interior paint. And the exterior, we have acrylic paints and super acrylic paints, vinyl mats, and all that.
All right.
Yeah.
And basically, you are a Kenyan company. Are you born Kenyan?
Yes, we are born Kenyan. Yes.
And registered Kenyan and working for Kenyans.
Yes.
Thank you. Very interesting. Now, I know there are so many dynamics when it comes to production and usage of your products, mainly the paints. And to some bits, we have come to a transition whereby we are no longer talking about paints, but you're talking about specific paints for specific usage. Yes. And I believe this is what you say when you mention about the ranks you have. Yes. This is what you mean. Yeah. Can you break us down the main specific types of paints that one should know about, even forgetting about Solai? The four, I think there are 4 or 5.
Let me first talk to the people who are in real estate and encourage them, because we have the solution to your problems. We are making, like I've said, we have silk vinyl. I have it here. There is silk vinyl for interior purposes. It works on ceilings and walls. Right. And this is specifically for interior purposes. And we have high mat. This is the undercoat for the exterior paints. And we have even gloss paints. Gloss paints, there are people who
use that,
yeah,
to date.
Yeah.
Now, when I mentioned about the specific ones, not necessarily maybe what we have isolate, but we talk about what do we need for exterior, what do we need for interior, what do we need for metallic fabrications and all that. Maybe you can categorize them and tell us these are the 4 or 5 or 6 main types of paints that one should know about.
Yeah, there are interior paints, right, interior paints which use binders that are good for interior purposes. Right. And that the exterior paints, they also have binders, and they are made of toxic materials, okay, which help when you do them outside, they are never the molds. Oh. The molds can never interfere with the painting. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And when it comes to metallics? The
metallics, we have like primer. There are primers. Right. The primer paints. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, should anyone think of painting, they must understand from word to word of all these types, right?
Sorry?
I'm saying when you talk about now those specific types, when you're talking about someone who is interested or intending to do painting, yeah, they must understand those types. Yes. Failure to which?
When you paint interior paints inside, right, or when you paint exterior paints from in the inside,
the other way around,
yeah, you will have a problem. You will have a problem as in when you like, for example, when you paint silk vinyl outside, it won't last. It will not last because the binders that are used to make silk vinyl are meant for specifically interior purposes.
All right. Yeah. And do you think there's a gap as a production center or as a manufacturer in this case? Do you think there's a gap based on civic education, or are people who are using these products very versed and also versed with the knowledge that is required? Do you face such challenges as a manufacturer?
Yes, we do.
Right.
When people come for the paints, when you don't understand where you're going to paint, like you're going to paint, for example, we have paints that are used in the hospital, paints that are used in factories, and when you for example, you come and paint the paints that are not supposed to be painted on a factory, right, or somewhere where, like in coastal regions, you go paint a paint like silk vinyl, right, it will not work for you. And for this reason, we have a technical team that advises, right, on which paint to use and where.
So basically, you also take the initiative to make sure that these people are educated, or they have the know-how, yeah, when using your products. Yes. And thank you so much, because your response is based on the interior design programs that we've done in the past has maybe necessitated what we are having today. Because I saw your questions, and we are here just to make sure that we go and get these people to explain to you. Because one thing, we understand that now painting has become a big scope when it comes to bill of quantities to any contractor or any construction. When you talk about paints and paints products, it takes a good share on your bill of quantity and your budgets. And therefore, it is good for you and for myself just to understand what it is all about when it comes to painting and paints products. And that's why today we are here just to have a grip of what happens when something goes wrong and when they go right, and also what you should know when all this comes to play. And now, Madam Manager, thank you so much for where you are taking us. Maybe you can tell us, when it comes to these different shades and everything, we have seen the trends that are there, and because at the Realtor, we would want not only to inform our people, but also to give them a notch higher when it comes to the taste they have on their constructions and painting. How is the uptake, the market uptake? Because we understand the real estate is growing tremendously when it comes to real estate in Kenya. How is the uptake, and what's your take as a manufacturer?
We are purpose to decorating the whole of Kenya.
Right.
More specifically in decoratives. And I would like to bring to the knowledge to the users or to our clients that we need to have the knowledge of what you're using. Like when you're using water-based paints, it is purely made of water, and it is supposed to be the solvents must be water.
Right.
So when you use the solvents, the oil solvent in water-based paints, there will be a problem. Yeah.
Right. And gone are the days when, most of our viewers here are tenants in apartments, in bungalows, wherever they are, and we appreciate that. But there comes a time when and especially in the years past, whereby people could not just get into a house. There's this narrative that ngojea rangi ikauke. Yeah. And somehow it also posed a hazard to health. How have you been able to curb this as a manufacturer, because it posed a health threat?
We are doing paints that are odorless. They can't smell. You can paint and sleep inside. Like you paint like in the morning and wait like for 6 hours and get in, and you won't be affected. We have such products. Silk vinyl is one of them.
Right.
And it is odorless. It is odorless, like I've said. It is when you paint it is in your house, when it is dirtified, it is washable. Yes.
Right, and it is water-based.
It is water-based.
So we don't talk about, the petroleums.
You don't have to wait until it dries like for 2 days.
Right.
It dries like instantly. Yeah, you will wait like for 6 hours and it is done. Yeah.
And now, because I believe when you solve one problem, another problem presents itself in line with what you're doing. In this case, when you talk about paints, I believe there are things that complement paints. And does that challenge your manufacturing, or you are able to handle the same at the same time?
Okay, there has been a problem since the elections. Let me just mention, since the elections, there has been price fluctuations. Like you go for a material, we do go buying for the materials to use to produce the paints.
Right.
You meet the market price. We are not able to be like have the same prices like we had the last month. Sure. Because of the market, the price fluctuations. Yeah.
Right. And now I believe painting and paints rather is one of the most competitive sectors when it comes to real estate in Kenya. And how are you fighting for your space as Solai Paints? And I believe, if I may preempt, this has to be quality based. Or how are you making sure that you are competitive enough when it comes to the taste and also the quality?
We don't joke with our quality. We are known for good quality and high quality products. Like we are known, like in varnishes, we are the best in Kenya and I think in East Africa. Wow. We are doing well in varnishes and decorative paints, like I've said, and we don't compromise our qualities.
Right.
Yes.
And now the problem is, I could be having a bunch of key in my pocket, and by giving you this bunch of key, you don't know where to open it. Though it is very critical, no matter how much is in my safe, you don't know where the safe is, you may not access the benefit behind this key. How are these people, thousands that are watching us today, how are they benefiting from this quality that you can boldly say that we have this quality?
We do deliveries. We deliver our products. We deliver our products. Let me call it doorstep to your doorstep. We have salesmen all over Kenya and even in East Africa.
Thank you so much. Madam Patricia, who happens to be the senior manager at Solai Paints, is trying to bring it, or rather to break it down for you and for you to understand what happens when it comes to your knowledge and also your need, whether it is taken care of or not. Now, we have to wrap up for this first half of this segment. And you know what? We shall be back with more after this short break.
Did you know you can live in your home in Juja Farm and work in Nairobi CBD? Or are you in the diaspora and looking for a suitable place to build your home? Leeds Property Solutions is making this a reality. With a cash prize of 580,000, own a plot at Leeds Gardens or pay a deposit of 200,000 Kenyan shillings and the balance in 4 months. These plots have ready individual title deeds and only 15 minutes from Thika Superhighway along the newly tarmacked Juja Farm Road. For site visit our office in Ruiru Town or call us on 0792 161 099 or visit our website www.leedsproperty.co.ke. Leeds Property Solutions, your investment pointer. You are watching TV 47, the home of untold stories. Disability is not only limited to physical disorder, but also mental issue. From depression,
I was under depression for like 2 years.
Bipolar.
Bipolar disorder is a mood disorder.
And even suicidal thoughts.
When I was just about to hang myself, a certain voice just talked to me, and I believe that was God. I tried suicide more than 6 times.
Beyond the Limit has gone beyond its limit to find answers so as to help everyone go through life with ease. Join Mudhoni Maina every Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Starting this September at 8:30 p.m. on Tuesday, the Realtor brings it all to perspective. We identify a property, discuss and demonstrate the journey towards ownership.
Professionals who have integrity And from their catalog, you can easily read that these are professionals who are able to deliver.
Everywhere you go, you have to up your games. You have to go with the trends.
Not forgetting the margins as well as the risks that come along.
The runaway prices of the land. We are saying that it's something that we can never go without mentioning. Any developer will not go without mentioning price of land.
Don't miss out. Do you want the latest?
You have been asking yourself questions about paints, where to get paints, who to paint your paints, and of course the cost implication of this. Today, we chose to come at the very core, at the very root of the production of this very critical commodity when it comes to matters real estate. And you know what? There are things that I want us to finalize on, especially when it comes to where to apply what paint. And I promise we're going to revisit the outdoor, all the paints to apply outdoor. I'm joined by an expert, someone who has seen this sector grow for the past 18 years. It is a Kenyan-based company, and therefore they are well versed with the trends that are there in our construction industry in this nation. And welcome so much, madam, and thank you for educating us. I'm learning a lot, and so is these viewers who are watching us today. I want us to go back to the exterior before maybe come now to what we told them about the shades or the colors that we could be having. Now, when you talk about the exterior, you mentioned about coast. You have a favorite, paints for coast based on the weather and the climate, and also uplands as well. Now, tell us what happens when this interchanges.
Thank you very much, Robert.
Right.
Yes, we have weather guard paints, which are very good for the coastal region, like I said, because they are made of binders, which are good, or which are able to prevent the molds and the water areas, and they give them a tough, yes. Apart from the weather guard, we have vinyl mat, which also does very well because it has the Teflon, which makes it able to sustain in those regions. Yes. And
when we talk about coast, maybe we know when we talk about coast, we talk also about the salty nature of the water down there.
Yeah.
And these elements that you are talking about that we may not be able to break down to these people, the boards you're talking about make sure that your paints are intact despite the nature of the water. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
And when it comes to uplands, a place like Nairobi, where you are situated or where your headquarters are, how is the paint, the outdoor paints are considered?
Yeah, the weather. We have a variety of exterior paints. We have like acrylic paints, which does very well. Right. More especially in Nairobi area and other its environs. Yes. And you must use, like I said before, you must use an undercoat before using or before applying the top cover, the top coat. Right. And so it will give you a great outcome.
Right.
Yes.
And because I have seen instances, Patricia, where people paint and at the very first month or 2 months, the paint looks okay, even in uplands and places like Nairobi, where paint starts peeling from the very bottom. Yes. What could be the cause? Is it during construction? Is it a mess during application? Or what could be the possible problem?
Yeah, there's a problem when you don't use the right paints on the right places, on the right surfaces. Like if you apply paints without undercoats, like I said, there is something that we have, silicone that we apply first on the walls to prevent molds from interfering with the walls. Then you can just come now and apply the undercoats part. Okay. And now you come and put the top cover, the top coat.
Right.
and it does well with that.
Okay.
Yes.
So basically what you're saying is it's all based on the methodology used during application.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. I believe you have your notebook and a pen, because some of these points you may not grasp them, but you can have a reference. And if you don't do that, or you don't have that, don't mind, because Realtor TV 47 is our Facebook page, and all this content is always there. Make sure that you follow us there, because some of these questions are answered at the same time, and at the same place. That is the Realtor TV 47 as a Facebook page. And Madam Patricia, I have this now a whole narrative. We have talked about the expertise, the experts element of this, and now I want us to go back to shades. Thousands of people watching us here know paints it's all about to do with shades. What we've talked about is more technical, but now I want us to bring it out to the surface, what we see. Now, what do you consider as solar paints when it comes to the current theories and trends in the market in regards to the shades that you're having?
Thank you very much, Robert. We have a variety of our production comes with a variety of paints, like 1,000 plus. And we are able to meet the desires of our clients. And I would like to advise, like when you're doing the interiors, you don't do black on the sitting room, because it will make you not feel happy. It will make you sad.
That's interesting. No black in the living room.
No black in the sitting areas or in the living room.
Right.
And so when you want to apply the paints on your living room, you come with the bright colors. For it to bring brightness.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I believe paints in the longer, we have this tendency, we can say this because majority of people who come from the central region of Kenya, you cannot separate them from blue. Blue is a color at all, and cream.
Yes.
And now with the current trends that you're having in the market, I don't know, we can name shade by shade. Now we are using the codes, and I believe at Solai that's what you're also doing.
Yes.
How are you able to make sure that you meet the demand of the improving nature of painting?
Yes, we use the best pigments.
Right.
We use the best pigments. We don't compromise our quality. And for the shades, we have a variety I can mention. If you want to apply if you want to paint your sitting area, you can apply magnolia, which comes almost the same color,
right,
as a soft white, and there is a bright gold. There is a not necessarily you do blue. You can do gray, you can do, there are variety of colors. We have variety of colors.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And so that is very important, because I understand people, we need to change, and change is as good as the rest, they say. And therefore, we cannot assume the changes that you're having in the industry. Now, Patricia, maybe as we wrap up this program, I would love you to tell us more of what is this that is keeping you moving, and this drive that you have, what product is really pushing the market and that these viewers should know about?
We have a product, like I mentioned earlier, silk vinyl. Silk vinyl is an exterior product or paint. I said it is used in on ceilings and walls, and it is eco-friendly. It doesn't smell, like I said. Now it is very well doing in the market. We are doing in both East Africa and in the whole of Kenya.
And when you talk about East Africa, I'm coming to that because, okay, to Malize.
Yes.
The whole of Kenya.
We are doing it in Tanzania,
right,
Uganda, yeah, Southern Sudan.
Right.
Yes, we are doing all that. And it's undercoat. You can use cover mat. We have a product called cover mat, which you can use as an undercoat for the silk vinyl.
Right.
And this combination will give you a very, very good finish.
Thank you very much. And you there, and you're wondering why I'm interested about East Africa, is simply because I started, during my introductory note, I told you this is a Kenyan-based company that has been operating here and grown to ranks, and therefore I must be interested when we talk about East Africa. So that confirms we have come to a place of exporting paints from Kenya. And that's a big plus. And of course, as a person interested in the manufacture, not in manufacturing, but real estate in Kenya, I must approach such people, because if you have come to a place of exporting, this tells us that we are in a lot of unlimited possibilities. We have talked in the past about, in a minute, tell us, how are you able to meet the demand by the middle class or the average class of consumers of this product? I've been able to meet this because we have seen high-end are taken care of.
We have economy paints. Like for the gloss paints, we produce premium paints. There is trade grade for the middle person. There is economy paints, these ones. These, they are very cheap. Or let me say that they are affordable. They're in the market. You will find them in the market. These are economy paints. And in water-based paints, we also have premiums for like silk vinyl. We have mineral, or the second quality, that is acrylic paints. And we have matte emulsion. It comes in a green package. And it is very, very affordable.
So in this case, you have taken care from the superior to middle class to the common mwananchi, because I believe as you have grown, you started as a shop. Also, these people are watching us can grow from small to higher ranks, and that's why I'm very cautious with my language talking about the economy and the mwananchi wa kawaida. It is allowed because you have taken care of that. And maybe give us your parting shot. Tell us what you would love someone ever to hear if they were not to hear you again.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Robert. Viewers, let me take this opportunity to let you know that Solar Paints is here to decorate you, to decorate the whole world. We've done it before. We are here. Our products are quality, quality, quality. We don't compromise our quality. They are affordable, and we will deliver. We deliver to your doorstep. So welcome, and we have a team that will educate you on how to use our products, or even the products in the market. Come, learn from us. Yes.
Thank you so much, and allow me call it a wrap-up, if not adding it at this point. And thank you so much. I believe a quick recap, you have been able to learn about the application, the product, the quality of the product, the source of the product, the affordability of the product, and more so, the assurance given by the producer or the manufacturer of this product. Thank you so much, Solar Paints. You have stood in gap for millions of Kenyans who are watching this. And more so to say, if you're in East Africa, look for this product because it is Kenyan made, and we are proud of this. As usual, run to our Facebook page, that is the Realtor TV 47. Any query, anything that you'd want to know about these experts, we're going to direct the same to you. And until next time, my name is Robert Dongo. In the meantime, let's go and look into the property of the week.
Looking for a bed sitter along Thika Road? At High Tower Apartments, we've got you covered.